the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals last season 4-13. They were last in the NFC West. They missed the playoffs. People out there had high hopes for these Arizona Cardinals after losing in the wild card last year, going 11-6 and making the playoffs. But things did not turn out well for the Cardinals as they took a huge step back behind quarterback Kyler Murray. Now, Kyler Murray played 8 games last year. 11 games last season. Went 3. No, he played it. Yeah, 11 games. He went 3-11. Had his worst season since his rookie year. So when he played 11 games, the team loses 13. They only won 4. He went 3-8. So the team did not do well after he went out. They weren't good with him there anyway. So what we're going to see is if the Cardinals can make a comeback. Now, if Kyler Murray plays a full year, we got to assume that the Cardinals will be better than last year, but will it be enough to compete in the NFC West? That's what we're here to find out. I think they're going to be in the running for a wild card, but they're not going to win the division. That would be my guess. Let's look at who they got. Kyler Murray will have James Conner back, Marquise Brown, what they call him? What's his nickname? Downtown Brown or something Brown. I don't know the nickname, but there's a nickname for Marquise Brown. Supposed to be a solid receiver. He's not an elite receiver by no stretch, even though many people out there like to try to pretend he is. He's not. They got Rondell Moore, Greg Dortch, and we'll see what the rest holds up here for the wide receiver core. Colt McCoy, is he going to be the backup or is it going to be someone else? We don't know. But this roster is not good at all. I mean, looking at this roster, they got Zach Ertz still, who's questionable. We don't know where he's going to be when the season starts. But Zach Ertz will be one of their better weapons if he is available and healthy. That will be a security blanket for Kyler Murray. Defense, we're not expecting much from the defense either, but the good news is for the Cardinals that they do play in the NFC West. So even though the team is slightly mediocre, very mediocre, they have a chance to improve from last year. So let's get to the schedule. Week 1, on the road, they go out to Washington to take on the Commanders. That's going to be a loss. The early start of the season is not going to be good for the Cardinals. They're going to have a good middle stretch of the year, but the early start is going to be a struggle. Week 2 at home opener against the New York Giants. They're going to lose that one as well. They're also going to lose at home to the Cowboys. 3-0, 0-3. Heading out to San Francisco. This is when they get their first win of the season at San Francisco to go to 1-3. Then they will head back home. They will lose to Cincinnati. They're not going to be a very good home team this year. They'll lose to the Bengals. Joe Burrow come in. He's going to light them up. Chase, Higgins, the whole crew. They're going to destroy the Cardinals. So the Cardinals are now 1-4. But then things turn around a bit. Something happened. Maybe they put something inside the Gatorade. Right? Maybe they put something inside the Gatorade because they go on a 3-game winning streak, winning at LA against the Rams, at Seattle against the Sea Chickens, and then they back at home, they beat Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens to bring their season to 500. Holy smokes, they're 4-4, and they still have they're 2-0 in the division. Things are looking up. Maybe the Cardinals might have a shot here. Maybe, right? Week 9, go out to Cleveland. That's when they lay an egg. Then they come back home against the Atlanta Falcons. They lose that. So now they lost 2 in a row. Then they go out to Houston in week 11. They beat the Houston Texans. They sweep the LA Rams the following week with a win at home against against LA, which would be 2-0 for the season, 3-0 in the division. 4-0, excuse me, because they beat 49ers earlier. So they're 4-0 in the division, folks. They're gonna the Arizona Cardinals are in this because they're dominating the division. All they gotta do is win outside the division. They may have a chance to win the division. But they go out to Pittsburgh at December 3rd. They lose. Then they bye week. All Cardinals gotta do is win 3 of the next 4 games to clinch the division. That's it. They got 4 games left. Going into week 15, they ask 3 of your next 4. Just win 3, and you can win the division. Can they do it? Week 15, at home against San Francisco, they beat the 49ers to go 5-0 in the division. Can you believe that? The Arizona Cardinals are 5-0 in the division. They're looking good. But then they go out to Chicago, they lose, and then they lose at Philadelphia, which ultimately takes them out of division champs. Week 18, they beat the Seattle at home to sweep the division 6-0. But the problem is when you go 2-9 outside of the division, you lose the division. And that's exactly what happened. So 6-0 in division with Arizona Cardinals, but they go 2-9 outside the division, and they finish the year 8-9. 8-9 is the record for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, will it be enough to get a wild card spot in the NFC? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. They'll be in the running, but it's going to be tough. So that's it for the Cardinals. 8-9. Stretch. They had a good middle of the stretch where they won there was a stretch where they won 5 of 7 between October and November. They had a good October and November stretch, and then things just went downhill. But their early start of the year is going to be the reason why they won't win double digits, and they probably won't make the playoffs, right? Tough break, right? You're playing against that NFC East schedule, especially early on, right? The first 3 games were against NFC East opponents, and that was not a good look for them, as they will struggle against the NFC East.